Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of our What Have I Wasted My Money On Recently video series. This will be the second and final installment for now. We're going to look at actually 3 things that just showed up today, which is great because I knew one of them was coming today, but the other one was a package from 1999, Hobby Search, that was on a surface airlift, the old SAL 2 to 3 week shipping. And as most of you know, if you watched either one of the last 2 videos, I will be traveling to Indianapolis coming tomorrow for a new job, and today was sort of the last day anything could get to me without involving my wife having to completely deconstruct her schedule to try to get to the post office. Because long story short, my post office won't leave anything at my house. For a number of months, when we first switched from a post office box to actual street delivery, we had no problems. They'd leave stuff at the house. They'd actually had one day when the manager of the post office drove his personal vehicle to my house to give me something, and then all of a sudden, I had no secure location, and nobody was home, even when people were here, and probably for the last 6 months, we've had to go to the post office to pick up any parcel of any size, of any shape, of any orientation. Let's say, or any Orient. Well, yeah, some of the stuff is coming from the Orient, but any origination point. Doesn't matter if it was Amazon or clothes for my wife or model stuff or stuff for the kids. We had stuff over Christmas that we were getting sent to the kids from relatives out of town. Didn't matter. None of it ever showed up here. We had to go get it all. And so getting anything from the post office with my wife's schedule is probably more of a pain in the ass than it really is worth trying to put her through at the moment, because she's working full-time too, of course, and got the kids and everything else. So, today was the last day. I went to go get the one box that I knew was there because I was tracking it from eBay, and fortunately the Hobby Search box was there as well. So now I'm clear. Everything I had ordered and paid for is all safely ensconced in the stash project. So we're going to look at those 3 kits I got today. And then we're going to look at 4 kits I picked up in March over the course of 2 different shows. One was our show, the club that I belong to show, at the very beginning of March. The other one was the Buckeye Scale Classic that was held the 3rd weekend of March, and then everything else is like a hodgepodge heaven of stuff I've got off eBay, and then a large crate of stuff from Hobby Link Japan that I don't believe I've shared with you guys. At least I have not seen any of the stuff in any of the videos when I went back and tried to watch some of the prior videos, trying to see what it was I had shown you guys, what I hadn't, because I've gotten not quite really so much stuff that way, but it's just a lot of one kit here, one kit there kind of things. It's stacked up quite a bit, actually, and I said didn't remember what I've actually shown and what I haven't. So without further ado, I'll spin the camera on around and let's take another look at what I wasted my money on. All right, guys, welcome to the flipped camera. I'm gonna try to go through these relatively quickly so that my wife and kids don't come home to me having a huge mound of models in the dining room. I mean, not like I get in trouble for it, but, just best not to try to explain stuff, right? At any rate, starting off, like I said, with the 3 things that showed up today. You have here a Fujimi Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG GT3, and I know you guys are going like, what? Another one of these? We don't care. This one is specifically done as the Petronas Centennium car for the Super Taikayam series, which was a series of like 8 races. Mr. Nobuteru Taniguchi up here drove this number 1 car. There's also decals in here to do the number 28 car that was the team mate to this car. Otherwise, the cars are identical, and I only bought 1. There's no reason to get 2 of them because you really don't get a separate set of decals for the other car. They're identical. They just have different numbers. At any rate, this car won the championship for that series, won almost every race except, I believe, 2 of the 8 races, so pretty much a wall-to-wall finish. It was a endurance series of races. Each one of the team specs comes with 4 drivers. I'm not sure how long the races were. I didn't look that part up yet, but this will be just built straight out of the box with these Petronas Malaysia decals. It's pretty much a complete wrap as you were. You paint the car white and the decals do everything else. All these teeny weeny little bits right here are actually to formulate the covers for the mirrors on each side. So, I mean, even you don't even have to worry about trying to paint the mirrors this weird shade of aqua fresh green. Even that's covered. So, like I said, it should be an interesting kit. It's out of stock, or discontinued, I guess I should say, at the Hobby Link Japan folks, but Hobby Search 1999.jp does have this still in stock, actually. So if you want one of these, don't go off and paying the 40 some odd bucks that they want on eBay. You can score this for less than 30. There was another boxing of this that came with a 1/8 scale helmet of Mr. Taniguchi. That one is, pretty hard to find, and with a 1/8 scale resin helmet did cost, I think, almost like 50 bucks new, because the box was a really weird size and stuff like that. But if you just want the basic kit to represent this Petronas Malaysia kit, it's out there, easy to find. Next up on the 1999 train is this McLaren MP412C GT3, done up in the markings for the 2012 Macau Grand Prix. This is sort of an interesting kit in its construction, because it has the 2013 wheels, it has the 2013 seat, but it still has the 2012 wing and everything else. So it's sort of a halfway in-between kit. Keep leaning in front of the sun here, guys. Let me try to get myself all the way out of the way. There we go. This, again, will be built just factory stock, or factory stock, box stock, with maybe we'll get a Studio 27 carbon fiber set for it, because I could actually use the wing decals and stuff like that. But other than that, this will be built how it is. Here's what the car looks like, and here's the decals. As you can see, there we go. The decals for all of the light blue and the dark blue, as well as that sort of weird wood grain texture to the fins, are all there. So you're only painting the thing orange. I believe that I found a orange solution to my McLaren orange problem, and that is just, to me, orange. It seems to be pretty close. I know it was designed to be the McLaren orange from back in the 70s, but I really don't see where it's much different. It might be just ever so slightly a different shade, but it's not going to be something that causes me issues. I think this is now the 4th or 5th livery set I have for various Macau Grand Prix, so I could probably run a whole field of Macau Grand Prix stuff if they make a few more decals for a few other cars, because they run BMWs and Mercedes in those races. And the last kit that came today, this is an eBay score, which is kind of funny because I know I just said not that long ago, I'm trying to get this camera back far enough so you can get the whole box in at once, that this kit is really expensive, and I didn't know if I'd go try to buy one right away, because coming out at the end of the month from Studio 27, of course, is a carbon fiber decal set for this kit, or for all of the CClass DTM AMG Mercedes. Now, these kits came out in 1994. I believe they've been run once or twice since then. This is an original 1994 boxing, actually. But this thing ended up being less than $35. Well, $35 total, shipped and everything. The decals, they're a little yellowed, but they look like they've been taken pretty decently good care of, considering the fact that they're 21 years old. And even if for something comes up and this does end up being, the decals do end up being unusable per se, I believe either Shunko or it might be Taboo Graphics makes a complete factory replacement set. It's these same Pro Market Zaxby decals, just redone. So if I need more decals, they're out there. I may just order a set just to be on the safe side. But right now, I said this just came today, and the carbon fiber decals are not going to be out for another 2 weeks anyway, so it's not like there's a big priority to try to run and get this done as fast as possible. So, cool. Kit does come, I know this is going to be upside down, but it comes with an engine. It's about 5 pieces, and then a cover goes on top, but there is an engine in there. You can't take the front cover off if you wanted to go that way. So now let's take a look at some stuff I got show-wise. From our show, the show that we did in the spring for the South Hills Modeling Association, we have here, still haven't even opened this thing yet. Shows how interested I am in it, but it was good and cheap, so I went ahead and grabbed one. Good friend has done a really nice job with building one of these already. This is, of course, the Ford F-150 SVT Raptor. I believe this is supposed to be representing 2012 Ford Raptor SVT. The interesting, configuration about this, of course, would be that the fact that in 2012 most of the Raptors were sold were 4-doors, not extended cabs. But, what are you going to do? There is, of course, going to be that 7-piece build and play of the 2014 or 20, actually, I guess it would be 2017, 2016, something ridiculous like that. SVT Raptor for the new all-aluminum F-150 coming out some point in the summer. They haven't released a release date on it, so it's actually going to be the fall now. It seems to be a pretty nice kit. It's 42 pieces. Obviously, the box art guy didn't do a dang thing to it other than assemble it, or didn't paint a single thing. It does have, separate windows. The windows for, the sunroof are smoked, along with the back windows. It's a fairly decent kit, for what it is. I mean, I paid all $12 for it, so, it's a modern pickup truck, and it's not, 700 pieces like the main kit is. The only thing that's sort of recycled out of it, these wheels are the same wheels that came on the factory stock version of the Humvee, which a lot of people didn't realize there was a factory stock version of the Humvee because it only came out once. But the wheels obviously are new. And then, like I said, it's a snap-tight kit, but, again, what are you going to do to replicate this otherwise? So there's that. And then the one other kit that I picked up at our spring show is the twin to the Ravel Germany M3 DTM kit. This is the Martin Tomzik kit, the BMW Performance Driving School sponsored car. Really not a lot to say about this because this is basically a carbon copy of the black one. If you I'm trying to think of who drives that, the Bruno Spengler car. This was out of production for a while. It was actually very hard to find for some reason. They didn't seem to import very many of these to the United States the first go around for some reason, and so they were kind of hard to come by. This is also molded in white, is where the other one is molded in black. So if you're trying to build one of the other cars, because like Racing 43 decals has 2 or 3 sets of decals available to make other liveries with this M3, and then I believe it's Shunko has this almost the exact same. There's one other different one that makes it actually this Post Brief car back here, this Deutsche Post car back here. They make decals for it, and then they make decals for a couple, 3 other kits. It's really actually pretty entertaining. If you look through these cars back here, there's decals to make all of these cars out there. So you can literally make this race field if you wanted to, if you're diligent enough about it. But what do we pay for this? $31. I think I paid more than that for the Bruno Spengler one when I bought the black one, and it's a good kit. These DTM cars that they made the Audi A4, the C-Class Mercedes, and then this M3 BMW are really, really nice kits. It has an engine and everything. They're, like I said, at $23, they're kind of on the pricey side because we're used to cheap Asian kits with a great exchange rate going on right now. But, if you're interested in one of those, pick it up. It's well worth it. Ravel Germany really has come quite a long way since the late 80s and the 90s. Moving on to the show stuff we picked up in Columbus, we picked up this Aoshima kit that is not really an Aoshima kit. This is the Euro Sports Club Jaguar XK120. What this is in here, guys, is exactly what you think it looks like. It's the Ravel of Germany kit in an Aoshima box. One of those exchange programs that went on during the 1980s when everybody was reboxing everybody's kits. This is, I think, 91, 92 or so boxing of it. So the kit is halfway decent inside as far as mold lines and just the wear and tear on the mold. I know that they've probably cleaned it up recently because I think this came out not that long ago in a Ravel of Germany box again. But there was a series of these kits that came out when Ravel was real low on cash, where it was like, pour plastic in the mold, eject mold, put in box, sell to customers. Customers upset about mold lines. So this was sort of before that. It's a pretty decent kit. It has an engine and everything in it. It'll go along with all the other little, British little cars that I got, all the little Mini Coopers and everything like that. So for like $20, it was too good a deal to pass up for that. It would have been more expensive to find a Ravel Germany one. And then also got this, let me see what year this is boxed out of, 95 boxing of the, back up again, these giant Tamiya boxes, of the Ferrari F50. This would be officially the first duplicate kit I have that isn't related to a decal set. You guys obviously know from watching my videos, I have a whole slew of Crown Victoria and Caprice models from back when I was doing custom police cars. And now I'm, of course, starting to accumulate racing vehicles. The Tamiya ones, not so much intentionally. Those are really just for the carbon fiber sets. The GT3 things, it's going to get a little out of hand by the time it's all said and done with. I have the Ravel of Germany, Ravel USA Rebox version of their Ferrari F50 Berlinetta. This is the same car. This just shows the roof in place, but this kit can be built Berlinetta style without the roof on it, too. But really, just from taking a look at this kit, people who have built this kit and people who have built the Ravel version and just knowing it's a Tamiya kit, I went ahead and bought this. Again, this is another like $20 kit. It's Tamiya. It'll be the one I end up building probably when it's all said and done with. I probably will not actually end up ever building the Ravel of Germany one. I've had the Ravel of Germany one since it came out in the mid-90s too, but it's just sort of one of those cars that when you just hold it and feel it, you can tell it's got to have that weird thing that Ravel of Germany kits had there in the 90s where they just, they built up fine until you tried to assemble them, and then they didn't go together at all. All right, so on to just random hodgepodge stuff here. This was an accidental eBay win. I was bidding on like 3 things this guy had for sale, and the other 2 things went really, really expensive, and this one sold for like $17. It's sealed inside. Decals are still sealed, so they're actually really good shape. This is a 2001 boxing, so really, you think of 14 years into it, the guy never took the decals out of the decal package, so I don't have to try to track down the one set of decals that they have to replace this. CLK DTM, this is a 2000 Mercedes, Team Warsteiner, I believe would be how you pronounce that. From what I understand, this is a very, very nice kit as far as build-up goes. It has actually some actual real-life pictures of the car on the side. Those are models. That's the real car. Like I said, this is an accidental win. It's really, really nice, though. I opened up, went through it when I got it because I didn't know what I bought. I just knew that I paid $17 for something. Like I said, it was a combined shipping deal. I wanted the other 2 things. They went for ridiculously high prices. I forgot I had bid on this earlier in that bidding process, and then nobody else bid on it. Now how that works. But it's got an engine bay detail, so it's got an engine in it, sort of the same way that other Mercedes did, where it's a couple pieces and then there's a cover for it, so you can display it with the front cover off and stuff like that. I don't know, I might just hang on to this for a little while to see if Studio 27 decides to do a carbon fiber set for it. I don't want to build it and then have to go try to find another one. But a neat kit nonetheless. There are 2 other ones of these. There's a D2 sponsored one, and then there's one other one that I can't think of off the top of my head. But if you want one, expect to be paying somewhere probably in the $30 to $40 range, unless you can find one on the cheap like I did with this. A 1999 thing. I want to say I've showed this kit already. Maybe I did in a stash project video or maybe I've just rehearsed this kit so many times in my head on various drives that I just feel like I did it already. But this is an Aoshima version of the Toyota Corolla Levin AE86 from 1983. This is the early version, if you want to call it that. This kit's been out of production so long that this ID number, the Best Car Series 80, has been recycled onto the Subaru Sambar Turbocharger Mini K pickup truck. So don't expect to go find one of these at your local store. This was a one-of-one kit at Hobby Search. Every now and then they pick up just like random old stuff that's factory sealed. I mean, everything's sealed inside the box. And I don't know if they're buying collections or if it's stuff that maybe the business owner has and he decides he wants to get rid of or something. But this is new old stock definition right here. And the great part is that they don't charge you anything else for it. I mean, this is 1,800 yen for it. I think I paid 1,650 or something like that because they still, even though this thing hasn't been produced, and you're going to be looking at $50 plus on eBay, they sell these one-of-one kits for the price that they were actually marked for back when they were originally made. So you really get a humdinger of a deal on these things. These also have the Racing Buddy wheels that they're going to be remaking coming up next month from Aoshima. In that same Hobby Search box, I got this just off-the-shelf 2005 Subaru Impreza WRX STI. I hate my $19.99 stuff shipping alone, just simply because it costs more to ship one thing than it does to ship two. And I've been looking for one of these for a while, and it goes in and out of stock real quick. And it happened to be in stock that day, so that's why I grabbed it. You know, it's a basic curbside kit. It's not a lot to talk about there. This is only JDM. It only comes in right-hand drive. A couple of eBay wins here. I've been looking for these round-eyed Mercedes for a while, and they're really expensive for some reason. Again, it's just one of those things where, for some reason, Japanese kits, when they go out of stock, go through the roof in price, and until, you know, things calm down a little bit, you know, the prices are outrageous. Both of these, because there's another one here in a second, I got off eBay. I think I paid $30 for both of them combined. Different sellers, no less. So I got two cheap ones in a row. This is the AMG version of the E-Series Mercedes. And then I have the E320 Avant-Garde version here. I bid on this and won this first, and then that one came up like 2 days later, so that's why I have two of them, basically the same car. If you look at them, it's pretty much wheels, front air dam, and then there's some interior pieces that are different. Other than that, they're pretty much the same kit. You know, they're not bad. They're you know, 40, 50 piece Fujimi curbsides. You know, so long as you don't go into a Fujimi kit with too many expectations, you're very rarely disappointed. This I know I mentioned on the stash report, but I never actually showed it, is the Simmilar. This is a company out of Belgium that did a series of these Ford GTs. This is the new, of course, not the Ford, you know, not the GT40 from the 60s, but the new Ford GT that got done, I guess 2005 or so, and was designed to be a race car. This is the Mark VDS version. There's another Belgian race team that they did, and then there's a Ford factory like spec version, limited edition. I've been looking for one of these again for a really long time, mainly because they're so expensive just to get in the first place. The similar kits tend to be like $50-$60 new. They're very, very limited runs. All of them were limited runs, not just this one. I'm trying to get this whole thing in the box, in the camera at once, and just the tripod doesn't want to cooperate there. This kit comes with like pretty much everything you could ever ask for in a model kit. It's got like working springs. It's got 2 sheets of photo etch, 2 sheets of decals. It has carbon fiber. All of these, you know, racing livery decals are there. Here's some of the stuff on the side here. This kit has a very bad reputation for being hard to build. We'll see, I guess. I know a guy who got one of the original ones of these had it's a really annoying light right there. There we go. Got one that had like front fenders that were short shot, or they were just not designed to fit properly. This is a 2012 boxing. Hopefully they've remedied some of the situations with those parts. I hope. I bought this mostly because I just want to take a whack at it. It's like 250 pieces, I think, or something like that. I don't see any. 212 pieces. 212 pieces. It's defeated a friend of mine who, you know, I don't know if he actually ever got it together yet, because he had so many just pieces issues with it that required construction of, you know, fabricating of pieces rather than just trying to assemble it. So I'm interested in taking a whack at it. Plus, I have so many of the Mark VDS GT3 cars that I really wanted this one in particular, and this sold out pretty much right away because it's limited edition. Somebody listed this on eBay with a weird spelling of Simmilar, and I found it by accident and paid, I think they're $20-$30 less than it cost new. And it was free shipping on top of it, so I paid like $30 for this thing. Cartograph decals, I'll take a whack at it. What's the worst that can happen? This, of course, is a venerable mid-'80s kit of the BMW M635 CSI. Purchased mostly because I never had one before, and it completes my six series collection. Some people who have watched these videos in the past may remember I have the Fujimi Enthusiast Series 6 series cars, and this is sort of the quote-unquote factory stock version. Pretty much everything is still wrapped up in here as far as being factory sealed. It was like $15. You know, every now and then you catch people on eBay. They just want to get rid of stuff. They're not really interested in trying to make a buck. Oh, I forgot about this one. This is also another show buy from our spring show. This is the mid-'80s boxing, late 80s boxing. Let's see here. 1986 boxing of the Ferrari Testarossa. Now, this kit is still in production. You can go buy one from Hobby Search or Hobby Link Japan fairly easily. They're very cheap. They're charging, this has a MRC sticker on it, both sides where the price should be, probably so you can't see it, but you see I paid all of $11 for it, and that's probably about what this kit would cost. It does come with an, it's a full kit. It's complete engine, chassis, it's not curbside. You can select the headlights up or down. It's worlds better than anything that Ravel Monogram ever put out, and that's primarily why I bought this. I really would like a Ferrari Testarossa. Big fan of Miami Vice when I was a kid and all that happy nonsense, but this really does represent one of those mid-'80s supercars that I didn't have in my collection. I had the Miami Vice kit somebody gave to me. I never even opened it. It's still shrink wrapped. And then I have the 512 TR, which was the next version of the Testarossa that came just after the Testarossa production technically stopped. It was basically the same car with a few modifications. I think it's a Monogram boxing, but I'm almost positive it's a Ravel Germany kit. And I've got to the point where I need to put the top to the bottom, and, it doesn't fit, which is probably my own fault. It's probably because I, was building it as a teenager, but, I just don't worry about those kind of things with Tamiya kits. So, especially for $11, I'll take it. Let's see, another eBay find. I already have several Mitsubishi Evo 7s. I don't know why I need so many of them. I really don't have an excuse for this. But I like the rally. I don't really care for the way this is red and white. This is not going to be built with this neon red bumpers. Sorry, purists. Probably won't be built with these giant rally art stickers because I'm not going to build my Evo 10 rally art that way either. But I like the set of wheels. And the set of wheels really does come with this kit. And, I know what I'm getting into with an Evo 7. I know what this is Fujimi-wise. And so for $15, why not? And then the same seller had this up. This is the Autech version of the Nissan Stagea. Long out of production kit. I don't think Fujimi puts copyrights on the side of theirs to me it does, or if they do, it's in Japanese. But hard to find, kind of pricey when you do. It's a very basic curbside of a Nissan Stagea station wagon. Big differences are spoiler back here, these fancy mesh-ish BBS, but not really BBS wheels, and then this big front air dam. But it was one of those kits that I had kind of wanted to find because I bought the factory stock version of this, and again from the same seller had this rally art for like $15. This was $15. Better lucky than good, I guess. And then all of the rest of this stuff, guys, is Hobby Link Japan box. Going back into the Circuit Noanami kits, this is the Mazda RX3. This kit, underneath all of this gaudy racing stuff, is a regular factory stock RX3 minus the wheels. You do get a gigantically gigantically dished set of Watanabe-ish wheels with this. They're not really Watanabe wheels per se, but they look kind of like them. I got rid of the wheels, the flares, this big spoiler, on all the racy parts of this, and gave it to a friend of mine who immediately cut the wheels down and is going to make them into a flared Mustang project that he's working on, because I wanted just the factory stock RX3. Because I could not find a factory stock RX3 anywhere, and then 2 months after this, I think they got a restock of them in Hobby Search. But, it was, I don't know, $18, and everything else is in there to build a factory stock version other than the wheels and tires. And so we might go a little custom with the wheels and tires. I have an 18-inch set that I don't think is actually going to fit this. But there are the staggered Watanabe sets that come with those 240Zs that I was showing you yesterday, and that'll probably be what ends up going on this. Here's the factory stock version of the Nissan Stagea RS4V with window masks. That is the big difference between these kits. If you try to find them on eBay, yellow little thing here means it has the window masks. Otherwise, it's a curbside kit that, like I said, is pretty much just the mirror of this one, other than the fact that it has, the front air dam. Actually, the wheels, I guess, are the same, now that I look at them. But obviously, the front air dam is different. It's just one of those fun kits because, again, it's one of those things that, there's no U.S. automaker that's going to make a model kit of a mid-'80s, Caprice station wagon. No reason to at all, but you can get a mid-'90s station wagon for pretty much every Japanese company there are, because there's this Nissan Stagea, there's a Mitsubishi Legnum, which is the Mitsubishi Galant version station wagon from Aoshima. There's a Honda Ortheo, and the Honda Accord wagons from Aoshima. I don't know if there's any Toyota wagons out there. I'd have to go look. Actually, Toyota, I think there may not be any. There were Toyota wagons, but I don't think any were made. But you can certainly get a plethora of number 2, number 3 Japanese companies. You want to look at it that way? But there are plenty of Japanese wagons. If you're into long roofs and you can tolerate the icky foreignness of it, there are a plethora of station wagons from Japan. Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 3. Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9. Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5. Mitsubishi Lancer Evo. It's another 7. What the hell is wrong with this guy? Because it's the GSR factory version of the car. That's why. It's not a Rally Art. It's not a Kenai garage version. All of these kits were reissued in the end of last year, beginning of this year. All of them come with window masks, the little yellow sticker down there. And, are they pretty much, reissues exactly? Yep, sure are. Did I need all of these Evos? No, probably not. Will I ever build them all? I like to hope so. Let's be honest here. None of us are going to live forever, but, I do have now an Evo 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10, so I can build my plethora. That's me waving at kits that don't exist. Plethora of Evo kits, so, if I ever get around to it, I can build quite a few. Honda Civic CR2 from Hasegawa. Honda Civic VTI ETI. Elliot, ELP Modeling, just did a review of this kit this week. He did a review of the red one 2 months ago or so. The Toyota Celica GT 1600 GT production type steel wheels. This also comes with the Watanabes that the blue box art car comes with. So if you end up getting this, you don't like these. There's another set of wheels in there. There's not 2 sets of tires, mind you, but there is another set of wheels in there. And actually, the Watanabes out of this kit, combined with the factory wheels out of one of the Z kits, will probably be what goes on that RX3, rather than the staggered set, because the staggered set really needs a set of turned aluminum lips added to it. And while Buckeye Scale Auto Parts can certainly do that for me, these ones aren't staggered, and they'll probably be a little easier from a result standpoint of, sort of quickness, if you want to call it that. Not that I build very quickly in the first place, McLaren 12C aside, but I'd rather save the aluminum lipped ones for that Z432R rather than having a bunch of them on a bunch of different kits. This is also a limited edition kit, guys, so if you didn't get one and you really want to get these factory stock wheels put on the much better Celica than the horrible Best Car Vintage one that Aoshima makes, then you need to track one of these down before they go out of production, because it's a one done. Well, I mean, I'll bring it out eventually at some point later in life, but this is a one and done kit as far as this year and going into the future is concerned. And one more. This is the Mitsubishi Herro Metal Top Wide XR2. This is a great kit for parts fodder, in addition to the just bland, basic factory stock Pajero that you see here. It comes with all of the all right, to move the camera this way, all of the option parts, if I can get this to focus. I need this to be like this. Yes, maybe. There we go. All of the option parts from all of the RV versions of this kit. So you get that roof basket and the roof rack and the big metal chrome Texas-style bumper with the fog lights and the pull guard on it. And there's a ladder rack for the back so you can climb up onto the roof basket and stuff like that. So this, guys, is like basically 2 or 3 kits all in one as far as the parts content goes. It does come with that other set of wheels as well for the RV off-road parts. So a great kit if you're into this type of thing. Obviously, if you're not, you couldn't care less. But it's a great kit if you're into this type of sort of mini Japanese SUV. Of course, with this kit, the Fujimi Pajero XR2 Junior and the Mitsubishi Montero from Aoshima, or the Mitsubishi Montero from Tamiya. Oh, the Tamiya one's a full detail kit, but the Montero from Aoshima, which you have to go find a American Satco version of to actually have it be a left-hand drive Montero. You could build the family of Pajeros, basically. They still make the Pajero, by the way, guys. They still make the full-size Pajero from Aoshima. They still make the full-size one, but I don't believe it comes with the left-hand drive parts. Or if it does, and I'd have to go check, so don't quote me on saying it does. But if it does, it will be much like the Nissan Terrano and the Hilux Surf, where it has the left-hand drive parts, but none of the left-hand drive decals and stuff like that. If you find an American Satco Mitsubishi Montero, it's going to come with the Mitsubishi Montero logos. You need to make an actual U.S. spec kit out of it. And so, hang on, guys. We're going to flip the camera around again. Whoa. Ah! So that's it, guys. That's part 2 of the what I wasted my money on. That gets you pretty much caught up to date without me actually going through like my entire model collection and going, I bought this in 1998 kind of thing. We'll do these from time to time as new stuff comes in. Try to make them a little shorter and a little less content inductive. There we go. But I want to try to get everything caught up. Plus, if anything ever happens, this is a great way to prove that I had stuff. So, hope you enjoyed it. Again, we've got the haircut for the new job. This is going to get shaved off here shortly. And, washing laundry and getting ready to pack up for Indy. Bus ride. But anyway, guys, we'll see you Friday for Stash Report. See you guys on the other side.